Hello everyone, it's Ian back with another hobby vlog, and I'm going to show you first how I've been getting on with the Pathfinders. So you remember last time I put 5 Pathfinders together and 1 dog drone? Well, here they are, all finished, and I'm pretty happy with them actually. So got this guy running with his rifle, bit of blood splatter on the base as well. This chap aiming down the rifle. There's the leader, Pathfinder Sergeant, so put a little bit of yellow insignia on the chest and the shoulder just to mark them out as having a different rank, whereas the rest of them have just a little bit of a blue mark on the shoulder, which blends in, so the yellow stands out, which is what the intention is. I was very happy with these guys actually. The armor's come out quite nicely. Like the trousers is just a slightly different color in an otherwise fairly grey and black format. And the skin as well, just that, although there's not much on display compared to regular enforcers which are fully enclosed in armor, that little bit of skin just gives them a little flash of brightness in otherwise not spectacularly vibrant color scheme. And the orange on the bases helps with that as well. That's the dog drone. Very happy with these guys. They're probably the best enforced I've painted, which, you know, it's the idea. You paint new stuff, oh, you're better at painting than last time. Brilliant. The other thing I've got to show you today is abyssals. So something away from dead zone, which I wouldn't normally encourage, but, you know, needs must. These are all my abyssal flamebearers. There are 40 of them here. Don't count, I assure you, there's 40, because I'm doing two regiments. Full model count, obviously. And so these have already been painted on the bases they come with. So they're just super glued onto the little square bases. But obviously that's not how they're going to stand, because it's Kings of War. We want to multi-base things. So I'm going to show you how I do that with magnets, because magnets are magic and they should be encouraged in all respects. So here I've got some of my individual flame bearers. What we're aiming for is to glue a magnet in the foot like this. You can see it's shiny. Here's another example of it. Just these abyssals are particularly tricky to glue down actually, because they're quite prancing. So they only have one foot that stands on the ground, the other one's just sort of waving about in the air. So you're limited to one point of contact with the base. You could pin them to a base, you could just try and super glue them straight down, but there's always a risk that in the course of play they'll get knocked off. Or if they're magnetized, that doesn't matter, because you just pick them up and put them back again. Brilliant. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to grab one of my flame bearers on its base. First thing to do, remove the plastic base that's been used for painting. Yeah, I just snap it off. That's the great thing about super glue, is whilst it's a quick bond, it's not rock solid. It doesn't weld the plastic like plastic cement will. So you can choose to break that bond if you do it the right way. So I'm going to check that the foot is fairly clean. Yep, it's a nice flat surface to use. And then I'm going to grab my pin vise, 2mm drill bit, because I've got some 2mm magnets. These are 2mm long and 2mm in diameter, which is a perfect size for a foot like this. Go in there. So I'm going to take a look at the back of the base, because these guys are prancing. That's how he's going to stand. that. So I'm looking at where the flat of the foot is. So he does sit at a natural angle. So the magnet's going to go in here. So we don't want it too far to the outside because it'll drill straight through the top of his foot. I want to be on the inside of the leg. And the same applies when I turn him sideways on as well. You see that. Toes at the front, no good. We want to be at the back of the foot where the meat of the plastic is. So the rear of the foot on the inside edge. So I'm going to start by getting a Stanley knife and making a little guide hole in that location. Okay. Yep, so that's on the inside towards the back of the foot where we want it. Stick my drill bit in. And then start drilling. See the materials coming away. So stop for a second and just check that's still where I want it, which it is. Not near the toes, we're not on the outside of the foot where we want it, we're not falling off the back of the foot either. So that's in the right place. The other thing I want to make sure is that I'm drilling in the right direction. So I don't want to be going this way or this way. I want to be going straight up perpendicular so that my magnet ends up sitting straight. That's drill, drill, drill. See, I can't see how deep I'm going, but I can see how much material's come out, and that's a pretty good guide. There you go, so that's going on quite well. I can take my magnets and see how deep I've gone. So at the moment, not very far yet. So I'm going to keep drilling. And try to keep an eye on which direction I'm going in. Press a bit harder to get a bit more material out. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Okay, quite well out. So let's see how deep I am. So you can see where so I'm a little over halfway deep there, but still the magnet's a little bit too far proud. I'm not going to make it completely flush. I'll explain later. Just a little bit more. So clean that off so I can see the material coming away. Drill, 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 drill. Got a little bit of material there. Check it again. That's not far off. So it's in there, but it's not completely flush. Let's go with that. So what we're going to finish up with is it's going to go onto a base like this. So this base this is a 2mm MDF base. And this is one from another unit I've already made, and you can see that it's already got 20 magnets implanted in it. And because I want my bases and models to all be interchangeable, I'm going to use this base to establish that the magnet is in the right way round for polarity. So Take my magnet for this model. I'm going to stick it on there. So that is held in position for me to glue the model onto. Take my super glue. I'm going to apply, not too much, just a little bit on the top and around the top edge. And then I'm going to sit my model down onto it and hold it so that he's standing up in the right direction. Hold it for a few seconds and that should be done. So now if I look at that, he is standing up at the correct angle. You can see that he'll rotate round because he's just on a single point, but that magnet is now glued in place, and so he could go on any position on this base, and that's exactly how I shall populate. So I'll use that same spot to glue all of the 20 figures for a base. I can check they're all magneted properly and then take a clean base for this unit and start to drill a hole for them to go on. So I'll start with one at the back. Drill all the way through. Clean it up. I want a nice clean hole, so I'm just going to check it's clean from the back as well. Any sticky out bits, we want it nice and flat, so I'm just going to make sure trim away any sticky out fluff. So we've got a lovely hole now. You could glue these in or you could just stick them in, but take your model. So again, always with magnets, got to make sure the polarity is right. So we know it's the right way round for a model now. So that is going to go in there. And you can just press it in so it's flush with the board, and then it's ready to accept the model. You can glue them in. Sometimes they'll pull out in time, but that one's fairly snug because the hole's the right size for the magnet. And so I'll go through all the models like this. I'll magnetize all the feet first, and then I'll make holes and assemble the unit like that. So I'll do a hole, stick model down and go, yes, that's good. And then I'll look at where the next guy's going to go. He's going to go there. So I need a hole there, drill it, stick a magnet in it, put him on, and carry on until I've got a whole base of 20. And once that board's all full of magnets, I can then model it. So I'll add some sand, notably not too much around the magnets. You can see I've left a little bit of space there. That's to make sure that the sand doesn't block the model from sitting flush on the magnet. But it adds lots of texture everywhere else, and there's some static grass afterwards. And so I'll end up with a nice base of 20 flame bearers. And it'll look marvellous. Look out for the finished item next time. That's all for now. Bye bye.